so, beyond ecstatic to be able to introduce to you a woman of substance. She actually, auditioned to Miss New Zealand 10 years ago. 10 years ago, she was so young, and she didn't make it. But of course, like other queens, Catriona, Pia, there's a better and bigger, in store for them in the future. And I believe this is her time to shine. She's an actress as well in her own right. She actually auditioned for Miss UAE before. She's one of the finest models and influencers here. She's half New Zealander or Kiwi, half Kiwi, and half Filipino. So I'm super proud that I would love to introduce to you our appointed Miss Universe New Zealand. She's here now?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
They're walking.
They're walking. Okay. So, well, it's been so heartwarming for me that I was supported by Miss Universe organization on this appointment. Um, and let me know if she's actually there
Yeah.
across the door so I can actually call her. I know everyone is actually excited to hear about her. But we're just few minutes away to actually, shashing her here. And of course, crowning her on April 11 in Thailand, in Bangkok. So let's all give a round of applause and welcome the new Miss Universe New Zealand, Franki Russell.
Magandang hapon, Kia ora, and hello, universe! Wow, this feels surreal. This is really a dream to be sitting in front of you guys right now. Wow. Thank you.
Ganda, di ba?
Hello. I hope you all got here safely.
Okay.
Wow. To be wearing the sashes just.
So, Ian, do you want to?
Maybe Franki wants to say a few words.
Okay, yeah, before we start.
Before we start the Q&A.
I just want to say thank you guys for coming and spending your afternoon with us. It's definitely an exciting time. I can't believe this really feels like it's been a 10-year journey in the making for me. I have been through some struggles with pageantry, whether that be where I've been living or it just led me to this moment. I really feel like it's my tadhana, my destiny, and I'm just so excited. Thank you. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Eugene. I'm so excited.
So we're going to open the floor now. We're going to open the floor for questions now.
First question. So Pao first. I have a list. I'll go.
Hello, Frankie. I'm here in front.
Pao.
I'm here.
I'm perfect. Thank you. Hello, Pao.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very excited. How are you?
I'm good. I'm fantastic. Nice seeing you again. Because I saw you in showbiz industry, and I'm so happy to see you here in pageant industry. First, congratulations, Frankie. I just want to know what made you say yes to accept to be newly appointed as Miss Universe New Zealand.
It's nice to see you again, and thank you for asking. It was a no-brainer. I mean, to be able to wear my home country, the country of my father, across my chest in the international stage is a dream come true. New Zealand hasn't had a girl on the international stage in 4 or 5 years before the pandemic. So it really is a dream, and I feel like under the Eugene umbrella, alongside some amazing Miss Universe franchises, Bahrain, Pakistan, and Egypt, to add New Zealand to that umbrella, I'm just so glad to be a part of it.
Thank you so much and congratulations. And for Sir Josh Eugen, I have a question. We're kind of curious. Did Kun-an offer you to acclaim this franchise?
Actually, I offered it. So, you know the story that Bahrain was offered to me. And then I offered them to handle Pakistan. So if you can actually see the pattern, I always get the franchises na dormant like a volcano na patay na. So parang feeling na binubuhay ko yung mga franchise na wala na. And you know, because of that, I feel like it became a revolution. And I know that you've been, you know, reading comments on social media saying that, you know, oh Josh, kung ano ba yung Timbuktu, yung Papa Guinea. So parang it's actually, you know, it becomes fun. But also deep inside my heart, I feel like, you know, helping women to be able to have a platform, it's a different kind of happiness. So, ako talaga mismo yung nagsabi sa kanila, they want to actually handle New Zealand because 4 years walang nag-handle eh. Nobody, you know, it's either nobody wants it or nobody, you know, is brave enough to, you know, push it forward. But then again, there's so many beautiful women in New Zealand. I think they have like, you know, they had a winner before
1983.
1983. So, yeah, and I think it's a perfect opportunity for me to other franchises. Even though last year sabi ko hindi na ako mag-add kasi it's just too much na. So, but I feel like as long as there's a girl dreaming, I'm going to be here and help and support. So.
Love that. Thank you so much. And I have question from Philippine Star, Danny Brack. So his question is, would you bring your 4 queens here in the Philippines?
I think so. Why not? Because of course I'm Filipino. They cannot take it away from me. I have a Filipino passport. I'm pure Filipino. Everywhere I go, I shout it. I'm so proud that I'm Filipino. This is my hometown. Lahat ng paborito kong Pinoy food ay Pinoy food. And of course, the best trainers are in the Philippines. So even some countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, di ba dito nag-train? Even the Latinas now. I've heard na may mga Latinas na nagpapatrain na sa mga vloggers online. Yeah, so I think it also adds to the business of the Filipinos. Everything that actually adds up to the progress and the financial wealth of Filipinos. I think we should actually welcome that.
Thank you. And a follow-up question from Philstar again. So when compared to your 3 other franchises, what challenges did surface in Miss Universe New Zealand?
I think, believe it or not, mas lighter yung Miss Universe New Zealand because Miss Universe Bahrain and Miss Universe Pakistan and Egypt, as you all know, it's a Muslim, you know, country and have so many restrictions. Like, of course, and I respect that. We were the first one to actually introduce burkini on the national, on the international stage of Miss Universe, and it never happened before. And I'm so happy kasi Kunan and her team are very supportive of that, very inclusive, and of course. Erica Robin made it to top finalist, last year. So for me, it's actually lighter to have Miss Universe New Zealand kasi, you know, like the Philippines, they can actually wear whatever they want to wear, you know. And of course, you know, my girls naman kasi hindi ko pinipilit mag-bikini eh. Like for example, Miss Egypt, she wanted to wear bikini. She told me na, Josh, can I actually wear bikini? I was like, of course it's your body, you know, it's your body, it's your choice, it's your story, it's your rules. So for me, it's just imperative to respect whatever the choice of a woman.
I agree. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pao.
Adam.
Good afternoon. Hi. By the way, I'm Nolly for OPM Worldwide. Okay, nice meeting you, Miss.
Franki.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question for Josh. No, singular question. Okay. So far, New Zealand won its only MU crown way back in 1983. That was more than 4 decades ago, courtesy of Lorraine Law.
Wow.
As the current national director of Miss Universe New Zealand, what measure or goal you should work on to regain the glory days of New Zealand in the pageant world, specifically in Miss Universe?
Well, I think more than hard work, I just need to be myself. I respect women's choices. For me, it's more about the platform. It's not just about, you know, of course, who doesn't want to win the Miss Universe crown? But for me, it's the platform. Kasi I'm a fan of Miss Universe. I remember when I was elementary, uuwi ako na maaga from school just to watch Miss Universe. It's actually my passion. And for me, kahit makatulong ako ng konti dun sa brand for its longevity, masaya na ako dun eh. Kasi as Filipinos, fans talaga tayo ng Miss Universe. It's actually in our hearts. Whatever happens, kahit ano pang controversy yan, kahit ano pang drama yan, it's Miss Universe is Miss Universe. It's still, the Rolls Royce of pageantry. And going back to your question, for me, I'll just work hard as I've been working hard with my team. And of course, it's also not just me. It's my team who makes this dreams reality. And of course, I want to thank everyone, all of you, kasi you support me because I'm Filipino. You support me because I'm your friend. But also you support pageantry in general. It's actually something that exists because of our unity together. So I feel like tayo lahat yung bumubuhay sa pageantry. And without all of us, without our unity, without our togetherness, hindi yun magiging possible. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And for Russell, my question is, aside from the Miss Universe crown, what do you look forward to, to gain in your journey for coming Miss Universe in Mexico?
Definitely an exciting thing for me would be the sisterhood. I mean, I love to travel and learning about new cultures. So to meet girls from all around the world who are sharing their advocacies, we can all learn from them. And I'm excited just to make new friends and grow these partnerships and hopefully change the universe.
Okay. Follow-up question. Do you think you can make a difference when you get there?
Definitely. I mean, I think the fact that there's no age restriction now. I mean, last year I thought that would have been my last chance at trying pageantry, but now it's breaking all stereotypes. I mean, credits to Kun Ann who made this possible. I'm 29 years old, but I feel like my journey is just beginning. I'm excited to end my 20s as a whole new woman, a whole new chapter. You're Miss Universe New Zealand.
Wow. Thank you and best of luck.
Thank you.
Adam?
Hi Frankie,
Hello, Adam. It's nice to see you.
me good. So nice to finally meet you in person. So, when we Google your name, the first things that will pop out of your name is your celebrity background. So I wonder, how different will you be this time around from your previous foray in our showbiz industry?
I feel that every chapter in my life has served as a purpose where I've grown and become a new person. Who I was 5 or 10 years ago, I feel is completely different to who I am standing in front of you today. You might remember me as PBB Franki, the small town girl from New Zealand, but I'm here standing in front of you, just showing you that anything is possible through any obstacles, whether that be anything. I mean, I'm here and I'm so excited. I can't wait to show you a whole new Frankie.
How has the adjustment been like from your modeling and showbiz background? Did you have sort of a hard time adjusting to it? Because let's face it, showbiz and pageantry, although both entertainment and forms, have two different backgrounds.
To be honest, I want to emphasize the fact that my journey is just beginning. So I feel it's all about to unfold and unravel, but it's definitely completely different to showbiz. And that's what excites me. I really thrive in new situations and I can't wait to tackle this head on.
Have you always wanted to become a beauty queen?
Actually, I want to share with you, in 2014, I was a teenager. I was 18 or 19 years old. And I actually auditioned for Miss Universe New Zealand. And it definitely was a dream of mine. I really look back at me then and I think I did not have the experience that I could offer standing in front of you today. So yes, I have always dreamed of it, but that dream has been put aside because of the career that I've been working on, whether that be in the showbiz industry and learning about my mother's culture when I moved here to the Philippines. And so yes, it has always been a dream to be a beauty queen. I always watch Miss Universe every year. Most of my friends here are beauty queens, so I just never thought it was possible. I mean, with the age limit being lifted and Josh Eugen now having the Miss Universe New Zealand franchise, I'm just so grateful and excited.
I saw that picture, you're so cute.
I was so
So yeah,
excited.
pakalat ko kaya yung picture niya.
Like,
Nag-shoot siya.
I look so different. We can pull that out of the archives.
Ian, send it to them, so cute.
So, having what you said, I wonder if it's all right for you to reveal who's gonna be training you for your Miss Universe, upcoming Miss Universe journey.
So we have just started, so we're putting together a team, but obviously the best are here in the Philippines, so we can look forward to that.
Alright, thank you.
Thank
Can I
you.
ask a question to your mentor, your national director? Mama Josh.
Hi, Adam.
Yeah, so this is your fourth franchise, and obviously, that's a gift. Kunan really loves you so much. That's
She
why.
loves all of us. She loves all of us.
So, my question is, given that there's so many controversies happening in Miss Universe right now, everything that's happening, how can you convince Filipino pageant fans to give Miss Universe a chance, considering in light of the recent pronouncements of the new owner about the latest controversies? Like, how is Kun-an in front of you compared to how we see her on social media?
Well, to answer your first question, I think our love for Miss Universe per se is actually so vigorous. It will never end. Alam niyo yan, kahit anong mangyari sa Miss Universe, mahal niyo ang Miss Universe. Mahal natin ang Miss Universe kasi it's like Jollibee eh. Na parang kinalakihan na natin na, we always, crave for Miss Universe. And of course, as I mentioned, Adam, even though there are some controversies or drama or whatever, and it's part of that, but for 70 plus years, there's no major scandal of Miss Universe. Even the Donald Trump era, I'm not saying that it's because Donald Trump era, it has to be scandalous. But even the Donald Trump era, walang major scandal of Miss Universe. So I feel like the brand itself is still gold, and nobody can defeat it, and it's like the Rolls Royce of pageantry. And to answer your second question about Kunan is so sweet. Let me tell you a story. After ng preliminary namin, we had like a national directors cocktail. I think you were there, Adam, in El Salvador. And she actually called me, kasi ang daming national directors, like 90 national directors, and she called me, Josh! And I said, like, Kunan! And she said, Pakistan! And she was like, of course I have 3 girls and I love me 3 girls, but she was like, shouting Pakistan, saying that, she did so good, she did so well. And I'm so happy because she's so appreciative, she's very kind. I think it's not wrong to be a strong woman. I was actually raised by, strong women growing up, and there's no shame to that. And I feel like she's just doing her job to protect the legacy of, of Miss Universe. And also to add is, the Filipinos kasi are the best trainers of pageantry. I can claim that. As I mentioned, I know a lot of Latinas or a few Latinas na nagpapatrain dito ng Q&A, online. Even the walks of, former Miss Indonesia, Miss Malaysia, dito naman sila nagpapatrain. And we're still the best in pageantry. Just right now, there's so many, varieties and aspects to it that, we have to embrace as well. Because, for me, change is the only constant thing in this world. So, thank you, Adam.
Philippine Inquirer, hello.
Hi, good afternoon. Armin Adina from the Philippine Daily Inquirer. I have a question for Ms. Russell. Who among your PBB friends knew that you will become Miss Universe New Zealand? And if you have already told them, what did they tell you? And are they gonna support you in Mexico?
Wow, thank you for that question. I'm excited to talk about this because she is a fellow Kiwi. We started PBB together. Her name's Diana Mackey. She was Bini 2 years ago. She's one of my best friends, as I think a lot of people know. And it was supposed to be hush-hush, but syempre, I asked advice from her because she has first-hand experience, and she is so excited. And I really feel that we share each other's wins. I was so excited to see she was flying with Pal, a dream of hers. She's now traveling around, and she was so stunning in Bini Bini. I was so excited to be watching her there in Araneta. So she's excited. She's definitely giving me advice. And actually, one other friend is Karen. She wasn't in PBB, but we did a little walk practice just for fun. I'm excited.
Can you just clarify which Karen are you talking
Karen
about?
Mendoza. She was
Karen
in
Laura.
Iloilo.
Karen
Karen Laura.
If I may, just another question. Okay. Y- the Miss Universe pageant will be held in Mexico. And do you already know what kind of a woman they are looking for there?
I mean, I think it comes with the new restrictions that have been lifted. I feel like they're looking for someone's heart. It's not about labels, it's not about where you're from. It's about who you are as a person and what you have to say and the change that you can make. So I feel like that's what they're looking for is authenticity, just a real, raw person.
Thank you very much. Congratulations on your appointment and the best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Manila Bulletin. Pageant trend.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Jay from Pageant Trend. And first, I would like to congratulate Sir Josh for this successful purchasing of the franchise of Miss Universe New Zealand. And my first question is, of course, our queen of the hour is the Miss Universe New Zealand, Franki. Franki, how are you?
I'm amazing, thank you. I'm so excited. That's your question.
Thank you very much.
Hindi ba yung question?
And I thank you.
Alright, Franki, we all know that you're an artist and a model and you've joined PBB. So could you tell us about your experience in PBB?
So I moved to the Philippines in 2019 to explore my mother's side, my mother's side of my culture. And it was really kind of an overnight thing that happened for me, which I'm so grateful for every day. I learned so much in there and I met so many incredible people who are now some of my best friends today. And I feel like I really grew a lot. When I look at my PBB self, I feel I'm looking at a young girl who was lost about her identity. I really learned about my Filipino roots in that past 4 or 5 years, and now I feel like I'm standing here as a whole. I'm my New Zealand self, my Filipino self, and I'm just so excited.
And now that you've learned a lot from the PBB, so how can you apply it now that you are the official candidates of Miss Universe New Zealand and of course the Miss Universe?
So I really love the quote, "Nothing worth having comes easy," and I feel that throughout my PBB journey, it was a roller coaster. I think if you watched, I was crying in there. There were struggles. I was missing my family. I think I had one call to my mom the whole time I was there. So it was tough, but what came out after that was a whole career for me here in the Philippines, which I'm so blessed and grateful for. I just love living and working here in the Philippines, and yeah.
Alright, thank you so much, Frankie. And my next question is for Sir Josh. Sir Josh, what else are you planning to Frankie on her journeys to the Miss Universe competition?
Well, I think that she needs to train. She has been training with a few trainers, secretly for the past few days. Pero I think she wanted to also do a lot of charities. This morning pala we had, I'm not sure if I can actually announce it, we had a national directors town hall meeting with Miss O. And then they're actually prioritizing charities and philanthropy work. And I actually love that because we're actually very close to Small Train. We're running Small Train in the Middle East. And Frankie, I remember her asking me during the pandemic if she can actually help Small Train in Dubai. And she did. And even without a crown or even without a sash. So right now I'm so excited for her that she has a title and she can do more. She can use her voice for more good and for more philanthropy. So for me, I'm excited about that as well. To help a lot of people, especially young kids who needs our help, and in our little ways maybe we can help them.
Alright, another follow-up question po. Syempre, our pageant fans are curious and asking about are you also since she is representing New Zealand, are you also incorporating with some of the Filipino designers or international designers for her OOTD and as well as evening gown, and at the same time, when it comes to her national costume?
Well, as you know, last year, Erica's gown was made by Fern, and then it's an amazing, couture cape with a hoodie, like parang kapatid nung version ni Evelyn Kalipa of Miss Universe Bahrain. Pero I think for Frankie, she has the right. For me, I believe in women's right to be able to choose whatever she wants. Pero andito lang ako to guide her. I know a lot of designer friends, as you know, I work in the fashion industry as well. Ang dami kong friends na fashion designers. So, if she actually wants someone, like now she is wearing a beautiful gown by Ecuador, right? So, it's amazing, and I feel like, her being soaked in the entertainment industry, she has a good taste eh. Kasi, when you're groomed by ABS-CBN, a mogul, in the industry, ang galing nilang magpulma ng mga celebrities, and they have like really good taste. So I feel like, she can do it, but I'm here to guide her.
Alright.
Thank you.
Congratulations in advance po.
Thank you.
Tita Labing.
Hello, good afternoon po. Good afternoon, Josh and Frankie.
Good afternoon.
So, I don't know if I'm going to ask a question. I'm no longer going to ask a question. I just want to say that I'm really happy seeing you and you look amazing. Oh, someone is asking how tall you are. Was this discussed earlier?
Great question. I'm actually 5'5", but I think it's my limbs or something because everyone's reaction is always like, Taga. But, we've got heels and things, and no longer are there any restrictions. You can be any weight, height, anything. So, yeah.
Ito may question na pala ako. Ito na may pumasok na question. I don't know if, medyo nalita ko. I don't know if this was asked earlier, but what is your advocacy and how have you been working on it?
I'm glad you asked that. No, we haven't spoke about it yet. My advocacy is cyberbullying, and I'm really excited about choosing this as my advocacy because actually the statistics are alarming. When you think of New Zealand, diba, you think it's this lush, green, beautiful country, and it is all those things. New Zealand has so much to offer in terms of tourism, but how are the people doing? And I really want to spark this conversation because statistically, in a study done over 35 countries, it ranks as number 2 for bullying when 9-year-olds were interviewed, which is really crazy to see. And then, so we all know that cyberbullying can lead to depression and at the very worst, suicide. So when we think of suicide, it's just so, it should never happen. They're about to end your life so short. So I found out that between 15 and 24-year-olds in males, it is the number 1 suicide rate. Yes. So we actually visited the ambassador of New Zealand a week or two ago, Peter Cal, and he really shared some shocking statistics with us, and I just really want to start that conversation about cyberbullying.
My follow-up question to cyberbullying is that since you are a public figure, you're now a beauty queen, if someone approaches you, a young person, asking for advice on bullying on social media, what can you give that person as an advice?
The first thing I think of is to tell somebody. I believe that a problem shared is a problem halved, and tell someone who is in a position to help you, whether that be your parent or a teacher at school, or even if it's really bad, law enforcement. I mean, there are organizations that are there to help you, and hopefully you can find a support system to share your experience and get through this and combat it.
My last question is, right now we're having Miss Universe Philippines in this country. We're trying to look for our worthy representation as well. Have you checked out the girls and are you rooting for anyone in particular?
Only every day. I'm a super fan of Miss Universe Philippines. I'm really excited to see, can she be my roommate? I'm excited to learn who it will be, but yes, I have been following. There's so many strong contestants this year. They're all bringing their A game, and you want to know specifically who I... Yeah, I mean, I've never met them actually, but if we're going solely based on what I've seen online, Miss Baguio is so stunning for me. She just looks so authentic and gorgeous, like a true Filipino beauty. I really admire her.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sashes&Scripts.
Ay, magtatanong pala ako.
Hello.
Hello. I think this is going to be a shared question for both of you. I want to get your perspective because pageantry is one of the few remaining platforms that is available for women. And in some countries, pageantry is dying. So what are your thoughts on what are the things that we as a community can do in order to make it thrive and survive?
I think we need to constantly innovate and take a risk because as I believe that you cannot cross the ocean unless you forget the beauty of the shore. So you really have to change, as I mentioned, change is the only constant thing in this world. So I'm actually pro what Kun An and the team did, that they removed the age limit. A woman of any status, either married, divorced, or pregnant, can actually join. So for me, these changes are actually innovating the pageant scene. So for me, that's the only way for us to move forward. Thank you.
How about you, Frankie, as a pageant queen? What's your thoughts on that?
So I really feel that Miss Universe is more than just a beauty pageant, and they're really proving it today with how they're keeping up with the times. It's so modern, and they're making these big, bold changes that is just reboosting and letting everyone know why pageantry is so relevant now, and how it's really creating a safe platform for women to share their advocacies. And that's the main thing. If we can just help those that don't feel heard or seen, then that's our job done.
Just a follow-up question for both of you as well. The pageant community, the fandom, is very conservative in nature. So what can you say to convince them that these progressive moves and changes is necessary for the community to thrive, for pageantry to survive?
I think I cannot generalize that every one or every fans of pageantry is conservative. Sorry for my voice. Because you know what, handling, I can say the most challenging countries nasa akin. Miss Universe Bahrain, Miss Universe Pakistan, Miss Universe Egypt, parang nasa akin. Especially, correct, parang binubuhay ko yung mga patay. So, Miss Universe Pakistan lalo, sobra yung challenge namin na doon. Because, number one, I'll give you some information. Yung passport nila, they can only travel, i-search nyo na lang, more than, I think like less than 30 countries. And how many countries are there? Like 150 plus. So hirap na hirap kami from Philippines. Hindi kami makapunta ng UAE, wala siyang visa. Hindi kami makapunta ng Turkey, hindi kami makapunta ng Colombia. So hindi kami makapunta ng El Salvador, which was given a visa. But wala kaming route na pupuntahan. I need to speak to all the ambassadors that I know to be able to give us a visa. And kaya siya, this is the reason why she was late. For a few days. But of course, I actually justified that because she has a Pakistani passport and we have to, be empathetic with her kasi hindi siya kasing swerte natin mga Pilipino na, we can travel to Thailand, to Hong Kong, to everywhere and not easily get a visa to Japan or US or Europe because, we are not tagged as terrorist country. Well, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they are tagged as terrorist countries, but sometimes, they are tagged as that. And having a Miss Universe in that country, sobrang challenging na. And sometimes I'm asking myself, bakit ko ba ito ginagawa? Bakit kayo mga countries na yung pinili ko? So, sobrang hirap. Parang gusto ko masokista ba ako or ano. Pero that's the reason why I'm so happy with Miss New Zealand kasi sobrang easy lang siya. It's a breeze for me. Pero as I mentioned, as long as there's a girl dreaming, I'm here to, support and help. So, thank you.
I'm really excited that Josh Fusion has paved the way and opened up and put New Zealand back on the map in terms of pageantry. I mean, there's been a 4 or 5 year hiatus, but that's not the only hiatus. It's actually been a constant thing where there's been a 3-4 year gap. I really feel like this is going to spark a change in maybe the attitudes of Kiwi women. It will inspire them more to join and so it's just consecutive every year. We need to feel that representation on the stage from New Zealand.
And how many people are there in New Zealand? Only 5?
There's 5 million.
5 million only.
Yeah.
Like compared to us, 120
Yeah.
Oh, 5 million.
Sorry, 125 years old.
And I think 30 or more than 3/4 are in Auckland. So imagine the rest of the South Island. It's so
Yeah, so
spread out.
super konti lang sila. So, thank you for the question.
Or the Philippines.
Mabuhay. Question is for Franki. Hello.
Hello.
Franki, kasi the past few weeks or days, I saw your video and photos with Karen Laurie. You guys watched the year's tour. So can you give us your top one song of Taylor Swift and why?
Yes, it's true.
I love that question.
Swiftie ako. I really love Taylor Swift, and she's such a strong woman, and she really tells her story throughout all her songs. She's so fearless and unafraid to be herself and spill her emotions, and I really love her for that. My favorite song would be Lover. Lover Girl. Yeah. I love
Okay.
that song.
Next a follow-up question. March is International Women's Month, and what's your message to all the women out there na dreaming to be a beauty queen just like you?
Wow, that's a great question, and happy International Women's Day to everyone out there. It's such a blessing and a superpower to be a woman. You know, you can be a wife, you can be a mother, you can be from all walks of life, and you're able to enter and compete in Miss Universe. I mean, nothing is walang impossible. You really can do whatever you put your mind and heart to, and I feel that me standing in front of you today is exactly that. It's years of just manifesting and dreaming and coming to fruition, and I'm just really so grateful to Josh and everyone from Miss Universe New Zealand. This is gonna be something you've never seen before. I'm really so excited for this journey.
Okay. Question naman is for Mami Josh. Mami Josh, can you share us your exact feeling and reaction during the competition of Miss Universe last year? The moment na the host announced that Miss Pakistan entered and one of the top 20 finalists.
Si Adam daw yung sasagot.
Kumusta ka that time?
So, actually, kami ni Ian, magkatabi sa El Salvador, and then a lot of national directors kasi nandun sa same na spot. And most of them are my friends, and alam na yung mga Latinos na friend ko, including Natalie of Miss Universe Colombia na super friend ko. And then, nagulungkot na kami actually kasi ang daming pang hindi tinatawag. I mean, I love Mexico. Miss France, hindi pa tinatawag. Miss Canada, hindi pa tinatawag. So, naluluka na kami. Ano to? Parang yung ang gaganda. Miss France, hindi pa tinatawag noon. Di ba? So, parang, Philippines, hindi pa tinatawag. So, parang ano to nangyayari? Parang gusto ko na magmura. Pero nakalive, so hindi ko sasabihin. So, nung tinawag yung Pakistan, grabe. You know, yung paus ko na to, wala to. Talagang paus na paus ako, wala nang marinig na boses sa amin kakasigaw. Even Adam is actually, you know, beside, I think like a few seats, you know, beside us. And talagang nagtatatalon din si Adam. So parang, I'm so happy kasi they celebrated Erica. Kasi nakita nila yung struggle ni Erica eh. Parang feeling ko sa lahat ng candidate, and I'm going to like, you know, safely say this one, siya yung pinakanahirapan. Kasi siya yung first ever Pakistan. Imagine the bashing that she had. She was featured in BBC, and BBC called her shameful. You know, on the time that BBC never published, you know, a lot of queens, including Philippines or Chinese, or you know, but they published Erica because of that. Kasi she was stigmatized by one you know, politician from their country. And then, ang daming tanggol sa kanya. Sabi nila na parang sa dami ng problema ng Pakistan, bakit yung pageantry inaasikaso nyo? So, you know, it's a very heartwarming message na nakapasok siya. Na grabe yung challenge na, pero grabe rin yung tagumpay niya just because pinaghirapan niya lahat. And nakita ko siya dito na parang sabi niya, Josh, I want to stay more because I want to train more with Ian Lawrence. And Ian Lawrence, super thankful ako kay Ian Lawrence kasi talagang Sorry. She. Okay. Wait. I don't know. She actually said na itry natin pa siya kasi andito pa naman siya. And she's so generous to us. So I'm super excited na tulungan pa yung mga next na girls even though they have challenging countries like Pakistan, Bahrain, or Egypt, to be able to be on the Miss Universe stage.
And speaking of Ian Mendahar, so may ilang
I love
porsyento na ba chance na siya ulit ang maging train?
For sure, 100%. Kasi I love Ian so much. She's very authentic. She's very generous. And she's very fair sa lahat. Of course, she's training a lot of queens as well. And I'm so happy kasi nakita ko ang dami niya train sa Miss Universe Philippines. Ang gagaling nilang lahat. But she's very fair to everyone. So I hope that it's going to be Lawrence. And another trivia, last year kasi Michelle D invited us for dinner nung nandito si Miss Bahrain, Miss Pakistan, and Miss Egypt. And then I invited Franki over sa dinner. So nandun siya, meron sarili, if you go to Michelle D's reel, nandun siya. So hindi ko pa alam yung New Zealand at that time. So, that destiny is sometimes very mysterious and very magical. So, I feel like, andun din si Ian Lawrence. So sabi ko, Frankie, pinipilot namin si Frankie mag-join ng Miss Universe Philippines that time, this year. So sabi namin, Frankie, magpa-train ka kay Ian Lawrence. So for me, I love Ian Lawrence to train them.
Shout out to Ian and Clara. Last question. So, Mami Josh, kasi nung nakapasok na si Miss Pakistan 2020, kumusta yung naging celebration or nagkaroon ba ng celebration from her country?
You know what? I'm so happy kasi for me, Miss Universe is a transformative, event or platform. Coming from a girl na nag-audition, an aspiring model, and ngayon, Erica is now the ambassador of United Nations in Pakistan. Imagine that. Siya ang recent ambassador ng Nestle. Nestle Pakistan, Nestle is so big. A lot of brands actually, took her. She traveled to Thailand, to Turkey, to Qatar. She's invited in the US. So, grabe yung transformation na nangyari sa kanya from a single journey lang and then aspiring model. So, for me, kahit of course it's business at the end of the day, pero kahit hindi kami masyadong, it's not fulfilling, financially, because of these countries, they don't have sponsors like the big countries have. Ang saya lang sa puso na parang may natulungan kang babae na umangat, na nag-iba yung buhay, na bago mo yung buhay, wala yung kapalit for me. So I think it's something that makes me happy.
Okay. Congratulations again, Mami Josh and Miss Fran.
Thank you.
Pageant Chronicles.
Hello, Frankie. My question is, what do you consider your core value that can help you clinch the Miss Universe title?
Core value would be my Kiwi spirit. I really believe that it's innate in us. We're laid back, chill people, but we get the work done, and we know what it's like to be resilient and push through. And I really feel that it's a combination of both my cultures that will shine in my performance and in my journey as Miss Universe New Zealand. I'm excited that we get to have the best trainers in the world. It's Filipino owned, and it's very exciting.
My last question, ito yung question na talaga. Why do you think you should be crowned as the second New Zealander Miss Universe?
Work! Work!
Thank you.
Okay ka lang! Work!
Mukha pa naman siyang angel.
Mas maganda ka stand.
Stand up!
Mukha pa naman siyang angel.
Introduction muna raw.
Sample introduction.
And go.
Oh, hi, my name is Franki Russell. I'm a little bit about me. I come from a family of 5. I was born and raised in Dunedin, New Zealand, and I love to travel. I love to live and explore different cultures, and which most recently led to me living here in the Philippines, exploring where my mother is from. And pageantry has always been a dream of mine, but it's a dream that's been put aside And I like to say that this is a 10-year journey in the making for me. It's always been a dream that here I am, I'm standing in front of you as your Miss Universe New Zealand. And why do I think I should be the Miss Universe? Is because, wow, we're final now, isn't it? Final exam. Well, I really think that my experience now throughout life, where I've lived, the different cultures I've got to explore, has made me the person who I am today. I really feel that I'm at a point in my life where I'm ready to give back. No longer am I exploring who I am as a person. I'm here now excited to share that and empower women. I hope this empowers Kiwis, young Kiwi women to want to get behind pageantry or support their local advocacies, because that's what we're all here for, is to help those that are in need. And my advocacy is cyberbullying. So I really hope we can put a stop to that. Thank you.
Couple introduction in the stage.
Miss Universe.
Okay, wait. Alright, go.
Okay. Franki Russell, Miss Universe, New Zealand!
One more.
One more.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Franki Russell, Miss Universe, New Zealand! Thank you.
Alright, thank
That's the first time I've ever said that. Wow.
Frankie, I just want to ask, I just want to ask, can you give us a recap? When did you hear that you will be the representative and how long you kept the...
Sa'yo yung tatlong phone na yan?
Opo.
Hindi na isa. Hindi na isa. Madaming phone. Sorry.
How long you kept the secret?
It's actually not been very long. It's only been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's really been so like a whirlwind, fella. Yeah, so I'm excited and I'm just trying to be present and stay in the moment, because I know this journey is going to go fast, and I just want to make sure I can make the most out of this and really shine for New Zealand.
So what makes a Kiwi and a Pinoy the same in terms of characteristics?
I think really the love for their family. I think we as Pinoy and New Zealanders, we love our family. You know, it's a simple thing. We love sitting around, sharing a good cooked meal, whether that be adobo or a meat pie or a pavlova in New Zealand. So it's the small things. I mean, New Zealand is it can be quite an isolated country. Where I come from in Dunedin, I actually grew up a little out of Dunedin, a small town called Waitati with only 500 people. So it's greeting your neighbors, you know, your kapitbahay here in the province maybe. It's that connection. I feel that we really love to connect with one another, and that's the thing I think is similar between the two countries.
Frankie, we all know that you're an actress, but who are you as a friend, as a daughter?
I really say I would get a lot from my mother, and I would describe my mother as a very caring and compassionate woman. She's very sensitive to certain topics, whether it be animal cruelty, which is really prevalent in our news right now, or down to kids, and I guess that's who I am. I really feel that I have a lot to show from my heart, and I hope that resonates as my journey with Miss Universe.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Star blogger.
Oh my God.
Hello, Frankie.
Hello.
If you would trade lives with any person in history, who would that be? Why?
I love that question. You know, I really love Princess Diana. It's a very, I think it might not be the most obvious choice, but I feel that she used her advocacies. She used her platform to share her advocacies. You know, you would always see her connecting and helping those that are in need, and I really love that about her. She was very selfish right up until her passing. If you're asking someone that is now passed. But if you're asking someone who's still alive, you may all have heard of Jacinta Ardern. She was our past Prime Minister throughout the pandemic. She's female, and she gave birth to a baby during her power. She's the second woman in office to do that. And I really commend her. I mean, we sadly had a shooting some years ago in Christchurch in Dunedin, a terrorist attack. And within 6 days, she tightened gun laws.
Wow.
So she's a woman who takes action and she takes change. So I couldn't imagine living a day in her life or just seeing what she goes through, because I really feel I could learn so much if I saw that. I hope to meet her soon as we travel to New Zealand, but let's see.
She became so famous during the pandemic, no?
Yes.
She saves thousands of lives.
Congratulations, you passed the Q&A with flying colors.
Thank you. Wait for the training then.
You're like all your moms now.
One more question for Mommy Jokes.
Thank you.
If you opt to embark on a private life and stay away from the glitz and glamour of entertainment and pageantry world, what legacy would you love to be remembered of?
Well, before pageantry, I own a magazine, Expedition Magazine. We're having a gala, tonight outside. That's why it's actually so colorful outside. And I own a PR company that handles a lot of fashion brands and clients, and I work with a lot of stars, of course, including Ariana Grande, Kylie Jenner, and a lot of Nicole Scherzinger, a lot of stars. So I feel like even without pageantry, that's my life. Pero I'm a private person. I feel like, at the same time, I'm also public kasi wala naman akong dapat itago. So parang, for example, I go to the grocery na hindi naman siguro nagagawa ng mga superstars. Pero for me, I'm very normal. I'm a normal person. Again, for me, hindi ko nakikitaan ng... It's not about the glitz and glamour for the pageantry for me. It's just about, giving a platform to women. Kasi if I want glitz and glamour, siguro ibang industry yung gagawin ko. So, maybe do like more of the Fashion Week or Cannes Film Festival like I did, last year. But for me, I love pageantry because I love Miss Universe. Ever since I was young, nanonood ako ng Miss Universe. So, umuwi ako ng school agad, para lang makapanood ng Miss Universe. Or even like, I make up stories na I have fever para lang hindi ako pumasok. So, don't copy me mga kids. So parang, but still, it's my passion. So for me, I'm just doing what makes me happy. And maybe next year if someone tells me na, Josh, I want to handle, Bahrain, maybe I can handle it better than you, so I can give it. For me, it's okay. Walang mawawala sa akin as long as may magtulungan akong girl, I can actually help. I can do it. So, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next. Any more questions?
Hello po. Again, Frankie, congratulations. Finally, I'm a fan din since 2019 ng PBB.
Maraming salamat sa suporta.
Yeah, of course. Naalala ko na nung hirap kayo makatulog. Diba? Tulog challenge. Kaya ka nagpo-vote.
Well, maybe that prepared me for this very moment.
Alright, again, congratulations din po kay Mama Josh. And my question po muna for you. By the way, my name is JR from Pageantology 101. Alright, shout out kay Mama Edge. Alright, and her question po from Mama Edge po is, you own franchise with Muslim countries like UAE, Egypt, and Pakistan. So what kind of approach are going to bring for Miss Universe New Zealand?
I think it's a journey for me, but it's the same. I'm going to give them the best training that they deserve. And then the rest is, upon them. Because however I work hard as a national director to give them everything, it's still with the girl. Kaya nakita nyo na parang there's so many, amazing, fantastic organizations. Pero yung girl, hindi pa rin nananalo because, it's still with the girl. Whatever happens, it's not about the organization. It's not about how favorite yung national director or something. It's about the girl all the time. So for me, I would just do my best. I'll give them the platform. I'll give them the best training. But still, it's up to them. And I believe this is also my edge because I choose, the best girl for New Zealand. So.
Alright, and my question is for our Miss Universe New Zealand 2024, Frankie. This question is from a friend, Just Valentina, shout out to you. Alright. Again, his question, what cultural aspects or values of New Zealand do you hope to share with the world, or the universe rather, during the time as Miss Universe New Zealand?
Definitely, I want to show the beautiful tourism of New Zealand. If you get the opportunity to visit there, there's just so much more to see rather than Lord of the Rings or what you may already think of. There's so many hidden little towns that if you just take a car ride and drive around, you'll see waterfalls, you'll talk to the most amazing people. There's really a lot to see, and I really hope to inspire people to want to visit there and to maybe, take a little bit of Kiwi with you everywhere you go.
Thank you. Congratulations, Nipo.
Thank you. Okay, any more questions?
Thank you guys for your time. Oh my God.
Picture mo. Message for the fans before.
Wait lang.
Wait lang po.
Wait lang.
Okay na mga ma.
Wait lang.
Okay, go.
I just want to say thank you to anyone who is supporting me out there. I really feel like everything that I have gone through in this life has led me to this very moment. I'm here standing in the Philippines as your Miss Universe New Zealand 2024, and I just cannot wait to share the exciting journey that we have ahead. And I'm really grateful to Josh Eugen and the group for getting this franchise and putting New Zealand back on the stage, back on the map in terms of pageantry. And I hope this inspires just a few girls, or hopefully thousands, to want to join next year for Miss Universe New Zealand. There's so many beautiful Kiwis out there, and this is just the beginning and a reboot, I feel, for Miss Universe New Zealand.
Let's take a picture na.
Ay.
Middle muna.
Center muna.
Yes, center.
Seryoso. Pizza po naman ako, girl.